mi nombre es Teddy, and honestly that's the extent of the Spanish for this episode besides the name of the cake, which, you know, no one's really going around calling it 3 milks. Like, no one's doing that. So, you know, the name is really certified of tresleches, which is one of my favorites. I like the fact that it's moist. I know some people don't like that, but yeah, no, like that. Ooh, one of my favorite cakes. Like, ooh, like hands down. I think I got it for like a birthday cake a couple years back. I make it for people for their birthday. It's just one of those cakes. It's certified. One of my favorites. Let's get into it. And alongside this tresleches, I wanted to say thank you for 100 subscribers. It means the world to me. You guys mean so much. Every single time you view, comment, whatever, it means the high freaking heavens to me. Okay, like I don't even know if I can emphasize how much it means to me. So thank you so much if you do that. And if you don't, get into it, you know, it's never too late to join the fun. So, wait, before we get into it, remember to subscribe and like, and, you know, comment something you would like to see for the tresleches cake, because I can always do this again. And if not, like, I can make a cute little short for you guys. So whatever you guys are requesting, just drop it down below and share it to someone. Honestly, to your crush, you know, I don't really know, to someone, just send it out, you know. I would highly appreciate it. It would mean the absolute world to me. And keep your eyes on my channel, because some cool things will be dropping soon, and cool new opportunities and cool new just everything and just growth. And yeah, just stay tuned. I'm super excited on where we're going. But first, let's get our aprons. Oven and preheat it for 350. The butter, it's warming up. I'm gonna prep the pan. I'm just gonna lightly coat it with this. This is a flour butter spray, which I plan on just making some other stuff. A mixture of like flour, butter, flour, lard, and something else, some other stuff. I have the recipe somewhere. I can't remember it off my head. But I'm gonna prep that and pop that over there for when it's ready to go. One of the components to this tresleches cake is the fact that the eggs are split, which I should have grabbed another bowl. Oops. I'm just gonna use this right now, and I'm pretty sure, yeah, IKEA certified. Oops. So now we have the IKEA bowl. We're gonna I'm gonna use this because whenever I have a bunch of eggs to crack, it's just easier for me to use this little thing. It saves me a bunch of time. I'm gonna put this to the side, and now it's flour and baking soda and some of the dry ingredients time. So I'm gonna drop the baking powder. And honestly, y'all, I had to check the script because trying to remember these sometimes it's hard. Baking powder and baking soda are like, I know they're different, have different purposes, all that, but sometimes, you know, it's very easy to goof that up. But I'm gonna whisk the baking powder into the flour. This is a big enough cake for me to justify bringing out my KitchenAid. But for right now, what I'm gonna do is just set the flour mixture to the side or up here, because this is gonna actually do some movement. So I just wanna make sure everything has its space. I'm going to cream the butter and then add in the sugar. We're gonna get into that. And I think we're gonna switch into, you know, zoom in mode, just so we can get the real full effect of the creaming of the butter, because that's really like chef kiss. That's the foundation of this whole thing. So we're gonna start with unwrapping the butter, which I'm not sure if chopping up into bits would have made this a little bit easier. Probably would have, but we'll let the food scientists figure that out. I'm gonna get that started once I get this in the actual bowl. I'm gonna hold that like a Bronco. I feel like that's the right term, until it gets smooth. And once it's smooth, I'll add in the sugar, which I was a little worried at first, but it ended up incorporating very well. Basically just holding on until that fully mixes. I'm gonna start with actually whipping the egg whites, which had a little bit of yolk in it, but that's alright, y'all. You know, it happens sometimes. It still ended up getting into the actual peaks I needed, and I really need stiff peaks, so it got there, and it really like doubled in volume. But before that, I'm gonna add in some egg yolks, kind of one at a time, but like they are all together as one now, so kind of like a vibe. Just enough yolk for that incorporation. I'm gonna finish up with these eggs. Add in the vanilla extract. And I like to just like let the paddle up and mix it up a little bit. But now it's time to add in the flour. And I'm gonna go back and forth and alternate between that with the milk. So everybody's gonna go back and forth until the batter is all nice and done. Next, I'm gonna fold in the egg whites, which I really should just use the rubber spatula, but I don't know, for some reason I grabbed the spoon, which worked. It did the job. A little arm power in my prep pan. I got this batter. I'm gonna pop this into the oven for about 30-ish minutes. Which is the actual 3 milks and the tresleches. So we're gonna start with the condensed milk because that's the thickest, and I just want that at the bottom. So I'm gonna like do a thing. Okay. It just helps get it out, and a little less scraping. Tiny spatula. The vanilla extract. Shoot. So y'all, it's done. And I had to do a technique to finish it off, which kind of gave it a little crispy golden corners, but it's still pretty nice. Now it's time to add the tresleches mixture, but first I need to let the cake cool, and I'm gonna poke the holes now just to like kind of speed that up. And yeah, I know my mitten is crooked, and I'm gonna use a chopstick. Poke holes. excited. And I really could have flipped this out if I had a plate big enough for it, but I really don't have a plate big enough. And I really don't want to buy one. I'd rather just leave it in there and just cut it up and serve it out of the dish. Plus it's pretty, like it has, and like the cake came out pretty, everything's pretty. So it's all cool. So now we're just gonna let this air and add the tresleches. Then I'm debating on making the whipped cream right before I put it on, or pre-making it and then whipping it. I should make it now. I'm gonna make it now and then just wrap it up. And if I have to fluff it up before I put it on, I'll do that. But it's better to make it now. So I'm going to do that. So I'm gonna set this aside, but still like have it on this little thing. I'm struggling. A segundo. Hey, that's our second Spanish word. I should try to. I am actually trying to learn Spanish, you guys. Like I really need to learn it. Like so. I will. It's. I got it. I got it. Like I'll figure something out. I will figure something out. Now, let's get into the whipped cream. So we're gonna start by just pouring the heavy whipping cream. I'm gonna add in the powdered sugar. I should have sifted it, but didn't. And then the vanilla extract. Yeah, I'm just on a lower speed. And just build it up essentially. Okay, so the whipped cream is done and the cake is still cooling. I'm gonna give it a little bit longer. The tresleches is just waiting. It's gonna have to soak a little bit. Whip this on there and then we're pretty much done. So the last step is just assembly. Yeah, assembly. Putting it all together, which is kind of the best part because it's coming. These three parts will come into harmony and make like a delicious cake. One of my favorites, like I said, are tile. But let's get into patience right now. Honestly, just being patient, which is like the best part of baking. Like that's what I'm learning in life. My life lesson was patience and being patient with myself, being patient with others, and just kind of what I'm in a rush for. But I wasn't in a rush for a reason. Like I had a rush. Like I was like trying to. I had some goals. Man, 2020 was a wild time to be alive, but at least we're still here and everything. You know, silly mood. No deep thoughts. Okay, so now let's do, the cake has cooled and I think it's ready for the milk mixture. I'm just gonna pour this on top. Let that do its thing. Let it soak a bit and then put some more. Shake it around. The cake actually might be floating. Yeah, I think it's floating. I think that's better. And I'm gonna let this soak a bit for about 30-ish minutes. Then I'm gonna add the whipped cream. So yeah, stay tuned. So the cake is looking good, y'all. There's like a little bit on the bottom, but it's not too bad. I did pour some out. real big fan of the whipped cream. Yeah. Okay, y'all. So yeah, this has been a journey, and it's time to top it off with the cinnamon. Okay, we did it again, you guys. We have a nice, beautiful tresleches cake. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I feel like every single part of this was a 10 out of 10 experience. This cake turned out so good. I can't wait to, like, basically cut into it. I'm gonna have to wait for that just for a little bit, but that is okay. Patience is virtue, and like I said, pretty sure earlier in this video, you know, working on it. But nonetheless, thank you so much for watching. Remember to comment what you would like to see next time, and watch out for the new opportunities. Share the video and subscribe. That's the most important thing that means so much to me. Okay, y'all, it's taste test time, but this is, we're gonna actually do a little plating. And I had extra strawberries because I bought some from Whole Foods. I'm gonna take a piece of cake. Okay, I don't know how to do this. I'm gonna get onto the plate. This is a very cute plate. Okay, so I took a little bit of that. The cake didn't really stick and only a little bit dropped, so that's a good sign. I'm gonna add a couple more strawberries because I'm gonna take some photos. For real. So I'm so excited. Oh Lord. If I don't almost spill it on myself, am I actually like tasting it? I like this. I like this a lot. Out of all the recipes I've done, this is probably like one of my favorites. Just until next time, y'all.